So in other news in hip hop and Texas news, Dallas, Texas to be exact, I'm sure for most people, if you are familiar with, if you're familiar with Mo3, you may not even be, I'm sure you're familiar with how he passed, but you may not be familiar with some of the beef. So I do want to play a clip of some people in Dallas giving a backstory between the beef between Mo3 and Yella Beezy, and of course it's another rapper that's affiliated with it. But right now the main two is Yella Beezy and Mo3.
Ben knew the situation between Yella Beezy and Mo3. Mo3 got on the track and bragged about shooting Yella Beezy multiple times. Bragged about killing Trap Boy Freddie Homeboys multiple times. So I understand his mom and friends want justice for him, but let's call a spade a spade. These was two street niggas beefing, amen? It all started when Yella Beezy got Roy Lee knocked off. Now, why he did that, I don't know. Dude was a whole comedian, but allegedly, Yella Beezy had enough of this man and got him killed. Mo3 was not having that shit because that was one of his best friends, one of his only friends in the music industry, one of his only friends in the city. So what did Mo3 do? Catch Yella Beezy at a strip club, chase him through every light imaginable, and shot the fuck out him on the highway. Yella Beezy, being way smarter than Mo3, came back and got Mo3 friend killed named Lil Bubba. The murder of Lil Bubba was publicized and shown all on TV because it was mafia style. So they knew then hits was being ordered in Dallas. After that, that put Mo3 back against the wall, and he had to show that he was out here gorilla status. So he started stepping on shit, robbing shit, shooting shit, bragging about it. 3 was a whole villain. Trap Boy and Yella Beezy could not take it, so as a result, they commenced murder. Allegedly, they commenced it. So we saying long live 3, and that's on me. But the truth of the matter is we have 2 young black superstars who was very successful, had children, supported their family and friends. They were great black men for the community, but they chose violence and threw it all away. This is Dallas County. I do not understand why Yella Beezy or Mo3 thought they could get away with this shit, but they about to learn real fast because Mo3 gonna get charged from the grave for all that bragging on them bodies he was doing. Y'all gonna see he wasn't no good guy.
So like I said, for people who don't know no backstory, and again, like this, I said, one thing you can do, and this is why I don't be mad at some of those rap pages like Trap, what's my man, Trap Lord Ross, the little white dude from the UK, and I've seen people on Twitter getting mad about it over the weekend because of some of these stories, because he do documentaries on all of these stories. But you can't be mad, and like, guess what? Let me tell you something, and this is just to anybody listening: there ain't no documentaries to be made if you ain't out here committing these crimes. You can't be mad. Listen, because he don't live in this dude is from the UK, so if he can find out information to make hours documentaries worth about a Dallas, Texas beef, that means y'all putting too much information on social media. Because it ain't like, no, he don't live, he's not even from America. So for him to have all that information and be able to do these documentaries about it, and both of them have been on interviews, they've been on Say Cheese, even after Mo3 passed, just recently, I want to say this was like last year, Yella Beezy did an interview with, Yella Beezy did a Say Cheese interview, and it was Yella Beezy, and it was Sean who runs Say Cheese, and they had like 4 or 5 other dudes who owned other blogs that wasn't as big as Say Cheese, but they big in the Texas area. They just not big nationwide. And Yella Beezy was on there kind of like pressing them like, y'all the ones who added the flame to a lot of these beefs, and y'all was running with some of these stories. So he was still trying to make it seem like he had nothing to do with this Mo3 situation. It was kind of pressing the blogs out like, damn, y'all was putting extra gas on these stories, and y'all was making these stories out of something that it really wasn't. But I mean, of course, these people live in Texas. So you hear just the same way in a minute of how people know, when I will get into it when we talk about Sauce Walker, like how people know for a fact one of the reasons his artist that got killed with him was because he sit here owe somebody 200 bands in Memphis, and he was in Memphis faking. So that's my point. But people in the cities, but people talk though. One thing, the craziest thing about this day and age, when people commit crimes, they just be getting loose at the lips and they can't help themselves. Like they can't help themselves but to tell somebody. And after you tell one person, somebody else gonna tell something, because that's just how the day and age work. Oh, did you hear such and such did something and such and such? And that's what's so crazy, because even going back into Don't Call Me White Girl, because she got mad at Shannon Sharp for the way he interviewed. I forgot to play that clip last week, but she was mad at the way Shannon Sharp asked him asked those questions to Gilly about the young boy taking Gilly's son life. But she was like, bro, you can, most of these blogs, when people pick them up, if you go into the comment section, if you wait a little bit, you go into the comment section, it'll always be people from these cities. Not, of course, maybe not on the Shade Room, because of course the Shade Room is more like mainstream media. But if you go into some of those smaller blog pages where it'd be like rap such and such, or this, that's, it'd be like some off-brand name in hip-hop web pages, those Jones be like, those Jones be more connected to wherever city or whatever scene these Jones is from. So like, even like when I guess the DMV wise, it'll be like DMV hoods and news. It's because like, but you know for a fact, if something happened to a DMV person, you go in those comment sections, 9 times out of 10, you'll even see, they'll even cut the comment section off because people talking too much in the comment section, because people know what's going on, because it happened in their area. So a lot of times when you hear these stories, you hear them because people be knowing what they talking about because they live there. And eventually, when this story first happened to Mo3, of course, the video, it was going viral when Mo3 literally lost his life on the highway, and the dudes was chasing him on the highway and gunned him down on the highway. Like, this is literally something people were watching when it happened. You can watch it in real time all over social media. So like I said, with that being said, it was the crazy, because I'm sure most people thought it was like, oh, this was over. They caught the dudes who did it. It was 2 dudes. Both of the 2 dudes end up getting locked up for it. But I'm sure they never went after that. But they never went to trial, so they never even had a court date for it yet. So I'm sure one of them had to snitch. And then that's when they coming back now in the news report where it
definitely been quiet.
Yeah,
I thought, like you said, I thought they
caught him, and then you never heard nothing else about him. But then now you hear it was like, okay, well, damn, they did get caught. It happened in 2020. You caught them, and they never went to trial for it. Like, it's like, this is on camera. They caught the people, boom, boom, boom. But they was trying. You got to remember, when the story originally came out, they made it seem like the dude. No, not road rage. It was a Jew who was jealous because it was allegedly supposed to have been one of the dudes who took his life was the dude. Mo3 was at the dude baby mother house, and the dude was supposed to follow Mo3 from his baby mother house. And end up on the highway. So they were trying to make it seem like it was like some jealous boyfriend type of thing. And Mo3 was like, they were trying to make it seem like, oh, Mo3 was holding his nuts on dude. He was hitting his baby moms. And that's what happened. So they made it seem like that's the way the story was painted when it came out. Oh, this is why such and such happened. So now you kind of like, damn, this almost like 5 years later, where now you're sitting here saying, oh, nah, Yella Beezy paid for this. And the crazy thing is, and of course, when some people got upset about, like, damn, how Yella Beezy even get he got a bond. I don't think he paid the bond yet, but he got a $2 million bond. So, like I said, I don't necessarily know. Like,
what would be so, because, like you said, they haven't been to trial yet. What would be, because it's not like how with the Young Thug, like, I'm bringing down a RICO situation, right? This is just one. Is this one incident, or is more?
It's just this one incident. But I'm sure if you got, because even they said they got traces of the dude calling Yella Beezy before and after the crime. So before he pulled the hit on Mo3, they got on their phone records, of course, and most people be thinking like, all right, well, if this phone is attached, like when the police want to search your phone records, it's different from if your girl going to look at a phone bill. Mm-hmm. They can really sit here and do it and pin where like pin your phone towers and all of those things. So realistically, yeah, they did their homework, and probably one of the dudes, when they probably looking at the Jones, probably like, hey, I can give you the person who paid for this hit if you reduce my time. So yeah, they haven't went to court yet, but basically what even delaying it was one of them sitting here saying like, hey, I'm trying to do a deal, and now you got to prove that you got paid from him. So now when you probably can realistically, now they come and pick Mo, you got to think about it, they come pick Yella Beezy up damn near almost 5 years later or 4 years later. I'm sure realistically the dude had some type of evidence or some type of proof to prove it. Now they went and go pick them up. But Yella Beezy he's literally been on a tour of interviews since this has happened. Like, he done been on the Breakfast Club and talked about like how he had nothing to do with it since this had happened. Like I said, he did this Say Cheese interview. I'm trying to think who else he did. Those are the 2 to stand off the top of my head. I know for a fact he did that Say Cheese interview. It was him and all them blogs. It was in the Texas area on Say Cheese YouTube page, and he did one with the Breakfast Club. I want to say he probably did some other ones, but those are the 2 off the top of my head that really stuck out. So it's like, realistically, I get it. Like, even when it comes to rappers, of course, because Mo3 do got fans, and a lot of people, his music is way more like, it's more relatable. It's like in that Rod Wave type of box. So his fans is kind of like, it's a different type of blow. So it's going, It's gonna be a rough one. I don't necessarily know if Trap Boy Freddy actually got something to do with it, but I did see one of them blogs sit here and say that Trap Boy Freddy was supposed to be on the run. I don't necessarily know how true that part is.
So would it be like the what was the other one we talked about where it wasn't Nipsey, was it? When they was trying to tie the label into having them killed. What was the one?
But when Mo3 did originally pass, a lot of people was trying to use that. You know, people at one point in time, everybody kept trying to say, damn, all these people who signed the Empire, they kept passing away or whatever the case may be. But no, this ain't got nothing to do with none of that. This is literally just some real live street beef. And that's one of them things where it's like, because so many rappers you get, even kind of tying it back into the LA thing with the podcast, is like, when people see views, it don't matter how street you, and that's the crazy thing is, like, street dudes treat likes and views just like they treat money. The more you see people engage, you like, oh, they like that story. Shit, I got stories way crazier than this. So that's the same way when people do with the beefs. If you sit here and see like, oh, I put out this diss song, and this diss song did better than whatever song I felt like was my hit, or I did an interview. I done 10 other interviews, and none of these interviews and got over 1,000 views. But I did this one interview talking about all this street stuff I did, or this beef I got with this other rapper. Now this junk then done 500,000. I'm comparing it to my old interviews and barely got 1,000 views on it. To this one got 500,000. Now you intrigued to keep doing it, and it's not about no money for them. It's literally about the views, because you're doing these interviews on somebody else's YouTube channel. You ain't getting paid for this information. You're doing it on somebody else's stuff, and that's why so many people keep saying like when we call it Adam the Fed or whatever the case may be, because the Brick Baby dude or the whatever the Lucy, whatever the other dude name is, I just played with the when he was doing the interview with WAP. They just all on No Jumpers podcast page. This ain't them on their own regular YouTube page, so you're not even getting paid off this stuff. You just randomly, I'm going on somebody else's platform, help building up their platform, helping them get views, and I'm not even getting paid for this. But again, that's just sometimes where you just see it as so many people get so intrigued by just the likes and the views and like, oh, damn, this gonna run up the numbers. So let me keep talking about this. And then it kind of just be like, all right, now you kind of see how things continuously keep playing out, where it's like, oh, man, they get tricky. But I guess while we talking about